Hello and welcome to North 100 Showdown, a Canadian Highlander throwdown. My name is Serge. Today I'm fighting a Nelly.
Hey, Nelly's here.
We got a Ben on tech.
Hey, Ben is here.
And a reminder that we're here because of you and your support over the Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Want to know about the format? Want to see the deck list we're playing? Want to talk about what a Cutie Nelson is? Description, comments, all that fine stuff down below. What up, friendo?
Hi.
What you got or what you got?
I brought Esper robots. I just wanted to play all the cards that make constructs that care about the other artifacts you have in play and see if just putting them in a pile with some other good-ish cards is okay. I'm also playing some blue interaction, like a little bit of counterspells.
Man, we're gonna have so many game objects on this board. Just tokens everywhere.
Because you're playing...
I'm playing food.
Oh, good.
So I'm making food tokens, treasure tokens, clue tokens, token tokens. This board is going to get busy. Win strategy points. Give me a little bit more info.
I'm on 3 Moxes in Tolarian Academy.
Okay.
Very recently cut Ancient Tomb.
Points changes?
But I have a Numazawa's Jitte, so I shouldn't complain or anything. It's fine.
Fair.
And then, yeah, I just want to play some artifacts out. I'm not playing a bunch of mana rocks. I have like a few utility artifacts and then creatures that make the construct tokens.
Sure.
And then, yeah, a few equipment.
Yeah, I love this archetype, by the way.
Yeah, it's not looking to be too fancy.
Yeah, it's fascinating how many different ways you can approach it. I'm curious to see you.
Thank you.
So this is version 2 of Food Fight.
Okay.
So I tried a version of this a while ago that felt a little bit like a Fringe deck.
Right.
And then I cut all the bad food cards and I put in good cards like the One Ring and the Initiative and Palace Jailer and stuff like that. And this deck is feeling very real.
Okay.
Also, it's 4 colors. I'm splashing blue for Oko and the Mother Goose.
I love that.
Which is kind of funny. But my points, very similar to your points.
Okay.
Triple Mox Tolarian Academy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, just 2 Academy gentlemen facing off in a match of...
Please, Fair Academy. We're
Fair
playing
Academy.
Fair Academy over
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
I believe I won the die roll.
I think you did. Yes.
I'm going to start with a Wooded Foothills that I'm going to crackety for a Bayou and play a Noble Hierarch and then pass to you.
Okay. Best of luck to you, Serge.
You too, friend.
I will also sacrifice a fetch land after playing the Third Mesa, if that's okay.
Achievement unlocked.
There we go.
Oh my god.
They did the thing.
Turn 1.
I'll find a Tundra, and I will also cast a spell, but mine won't develop my mana. Instead, it will remove yours.
Oh, that's so hurtful.
Swords to Plowshares.
Hateful.
Noble Hierarch here. Back to you.
Jokes. Is it power or toughness?
Power.
No. I'm still at 19.
Eventually. Yeah. Perfect.
I was like, haha.
If the iPad doesn't work, I get to keep my life point, right?
What was the inspiration for you to build this deck? Because this is, of course, something near and dear to my heart. So,
okay.
Like, what new card came out that you're like, I gotta build big robots?
I think it was just Thunder Junction North 100 podcast. I was like, Simulacrum Synthesizer seems too good not to play.
Sure.
And honestly, when putting this deck together, I almost cut it a couple of times because it turns out CMC3 is a lot, you know, like, right? Like having enough hits so that your synthesizer is going to make robots. And I didn't put all of the 7 mana 4/4s that have affinity in, or even one of them in, but like, it's Highlander. You can only brew around one card so much.
I'm going to cast a Samwise Ganji, going down to 18, and getting a Tundra, a whitey bluey, as I like to call it. And then I'll pass to you. You got another swords here? What's going to happen? Oh, you're curious about Samwise Ganji?
No second swords, but I should reread Sam.
Yeah, 2 mana 2/2 legendary halfling hobbit.
Make a food whenever you get a non-token creature and sacrifice 3 foods to return a historic card from your graveyard to your hand. Very good.
Except
not
you
the part
exiled my noble. Yeah, this is.
I'm sure you'll get another
thinking,
graveyard.
Oh, Mr. Frodo, that's Sam. No,
yeah, well, there's a
same,
few,
same Fram. Same Fram. Same Sam. Different moment in the story.
Absolutely. Okay, I will play a Wasteland.
Oh, my
and cast your engine.
What is it?
It's Surge Engine.
Oh, me engine.
Yes. It's a 3/2 artifact creature construct with Defender, and then I can put mana into it to do various things.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can't believe you'd humble me with an engine like that. All right, so a little awkward. Mm-hmm. Don't have another land.
Okay. I sympathize.
Yeah, which is going to get very awkward because you got that Wasteland.
Maybe if you just don't tell me that you don't have another land, then I won't notice.
Orcish Bowmaster.
Okay.
Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, you can under your control make a food.
Get a food, and you get an orc army.
But that one is a token, so I don't get a second food.
And do you want to deal damage to me?
I will.
I'm at 8.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could do this at instant speed, but whatever. And then I'm going to be aggressive here. I'm going to exile a Treebeard to cast a Solitude.
Sure.
To exile your me.
Okay.
Gain 3.
I'll gain
and
3.
Then lose 2.
Sounds good.
And then I pass.
All right.
Everything I just did could have been done at instant speed. But sometimes it's about sending a message.
I mean, if you want to attack, you've got a Solitude before you attack, right? There's that.
There's also something to be said about a blue deck, about casting your spells when they're tapped out.
Absolutely.
Which I think is not nothing.
Well, I'm going to play this. Yeah, I've been playing some counter magic. I'll play this Razortide Bridge and sacrifice this Wasteland, targeting your Tundra.
Decides to cut me from white and blue. Bold move, considering all my permanents are green and black.
I'll say go. I want you to have more permanents, just not more spells.
Joke's on you. It's a spell and a permanent. Mox Emerald.
Boom. Roasted.
I go to attacks.
You got it.
I'm going to hit you for 4.
I'm at 15.
And then second main, I'm going to cast a Trail of Crumbs.
Okay.
It's a 2-mana enchantment. When it comes into play, I make a food token.
Okay.
Whenever I sacrifice a food token, I may pay 1. If I do, I may look at the top 2 cards of my library, reveal a permanent, and put it into my hand.
Okay.
Pass.
Do you have any historic permanents in the graveyard now?
I have 3 lands and a Solitude.
Okay. Is it, and this cares about that, right? Historic card. Okay, so you can return a legendary sorcery if you want. Okay. I will pay a mana to Island Cycle Lorien Revealed. And find probably just an Underground Sea.
Yeah, I kept Fetch Land, Elf.
Okay.
And bit of a slower start here, but that's okay. It seems, look like this is going to be a grindy one.
Right.
The looks of it.
Fair.
I want to give a shout out to the Lord of the Rings set for
this board state.
well, this board state definitely.
Yeah.
But also just like all the names that have the various accents on the letters, making syntax for cards and stuff like that so difficult.
Yeah. Shout out to that ague on a O. I know how to say you, right? It's a thing I could do.
Brother.
Brother. Am I doing this, that, or that? I mean, that's pretty good.
He's looking at all my permanents here like he's got a removal spell.
Just going to pay 2 life and 3 mana for my own sorcery speed Orcish Bowmaster. So
killing
I can
my
shoot more
Orcish Bowmaster. Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
I'll find an Orc Army token and say go.
That's kind of sick.
Thank you.
I've got a Shadow Spear.
Nice.
Am I happy trading my Samwise Gamgee for your army and your... Yes. I attack for 2.
Okay. Thinking. Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah,
Right,
fine for the
do
trade
it.
there? All right. This is a grind fest,
You've
man.
only got 1 card in hand,
Oh
right?
my god.
It's probably not Ancestral Recall.
Pass to you.
Untap. Sorry, what does the trail do again? It made a food, and then whenever you sacrifice food, you can draw a card. Right from Shadows of Innistrad.
3 mana. Oh, wait, Shadows of Innistrad? I thought that was Eldraine.
Oh yeah,
OG Eldraine.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. No,
I don't think Innistrad cared about food.
You're right.
It would be very funny though for it to be printed in Eldraine or Innistrad, and people would be like, "What the heck is food?"
Yeah.
Were they hinted battle ahead of time?
Right. Yeah, that sounds like a thing. Sorry.
Ponder. Yep.
It's been so long since regular Eldraine that it feels like Shadows over Innistrad to me. Yeah, I wanna draw these cards. I'm not going to shuffle.
Oh. I missed you, Bowmaster.
Right? Yeah, no, I want to have that next turn. Okay, you have to wait. Sorry, pal. Draw. Play a land for the turn. It's Valerian Academy. I do have
Tap
one.
for 1. Yeah.
I do have one artifact.
Yes. Oh my god.
Well, we built Island, kids.
I would be off to the races if I had if I hit mine.
Back to you.
Untap. Draw for the turn. Fascinating. 2 mana, a green and a black. I'm going to cast Pippin, Warden of Isengard. This is a 2 mana 2/2 legendary halfling advisor with partners with Mary, Warden of Isengard. And then 1 and tap, make a food. Tap and sack 4 food. Other creatures you control get +3/+3, gain haste, activate only as a sorcery. May I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if you're going to counter it or not.
No counter. Yeah, how does partner with which? Does it enter the battlefield? Yeah, good.
When it enters the battlefield, target player may put it into their hand and then shuffle.
You got it. And
so I've got Mary of Isengard, pardon me, Mary, Warden of Isengard, a 3 mana 1/4 that synergizes with permanents coming into play.
Very good.
So that's in my hand. This orc army is going to get in for 1 beats.
I'm at 12.
Pass.
Yeah, I think that's still correct. Okay, we're going to let you have another turn of developing your stuff. I will cast the 1 ring. Gain protection from everything for a bit here, and then I'll tap and put a burden counter on this.
Yeah.
And then draw a card. Back to you.
All right, come on, land drop. Would you like to cut?
Sure.
Cut me into something good, please, and thank you.
No promises.
You know, it's not terrible. I'm going to, pay 2 life, going down to 16. And I'm going to cast a Chatterfang Squirrel General, 3 mana 3/3 with a Force Walk. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, I also make a 1/1 squirrel token, and I can pay black and sack squirrels to give creatures -X/-X. You have protection from everything. There's no point in me attacking, so I will just pass.
But like on the table, you have the ability to make at least 1 squirrel for 1 mana, right?
Yes, every turn I can make 1 food and 1 squirrel.
I will lose 1 life at the beginning of my upkeep. Draw a card for the turn. I'll put a burden counter on and draw 2 cards. Okay. Okay.
Curious about my graveyard?
A little bit, but I don't know if it's time for me to become extremely curious.
Okay. Well, now I'm curious why you're curious.
I'll cast an Esper Sentinel.
Sick.
And now I have 2 artifacts in play. One of them's a creature. I have 3 artifacts in play.
Yeah, you have access to 5 mana.
Great. That's probably right then. I should probably do that. I can play a land for the turn, though. I haven't done that yet, though. I'll play a land. And then there's a couple ways I could do this hand. It's a neat one, this hand of mine. I'm at 11?
You are at 11.
You wouldn't just kill me, would you?
You wouldn't just kill a man, would you?
You wouldn't just kill a man,
You
right?
wouldn't download a car.
Yeah. Okay, let's take this turn to do this. So this taps for 3.
Yes.
These tap for a white and a black.
Okay.
And
Tezzeret?
no, it's Urza, Chief Artificer.
Oh.
Yeah, so affinity for artifact creatures that only costs 5.
Oh, this is one of your end step makes a construct or something like that?
Yeah, and I'd like to pass to that step and make a construct.
No?
Go ahead.
It didn't work.
Almost. So the construct is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Is that not an art? That's just
No,
that's
it's
just
not an artifact, yeah. Academy count is 4.
All right. I got a white source.
I grabbed the wrong Urza.
Oh.
Yeah, we're playing multiple Urzas.
It's a 4/4.
Kindred Urza deck.
All right. I'm going to pay 3 mana, and I'm going to cast Mary, Warden of Isengard.
Okay.
Whenever one or more artifacts enter the battlefield under control, you make a 1/1 white creature. Oh my god. I make soldiers.
Yeah.
And then this happens only once per turn. I don't get to attack you. I get to make a food every turn. You get to make a construct every turn.
It's close in value because, like, you make a food and then this triggers, and then also you make a food and then this triggers, and this triggers
So I get
again,
a little
right?
bit of value out of it. Yeah.
It's lots of value. You pay
So
1 mana and tap your
do that
Pippin
right
to make
now.
4 tokens,
so
right?
I'm going to make a food token.
Like, your Academy would be way better than my Academy.
When an artifact comes into play, I get to make a soldier token. 1/1 soldier token with lifelink. And then whenever 1 or more tokens are created under your control, make a squirrel. So when the food comes into play, I make a squirrel. And then when the soldier comes into play, I make a squirrel.
Yeah.
So this is a triggered ability that sees the first one. This is a replacement effect that just adds a squirrel to it. So the sequencing is a little bit weird there, but there we are. I am heckbent. I'm going to pass the turn and then rip Academy next turn, and everything will be beautiful.
Okay. Okay, I will untap and lose 2 life. But not
Right. I have a win condition right there.
right there. It's
Doesn't
right
matter
there.
how many constructs you make. Wait, doesn't it also give them something like menace?
Menace, yeah. My artifact creatures have menace. Yes.
On second thought,
But you have 2 scroll tokens. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine, right? Well, do I want to start losing 3 life a turn? Probably. I didn't hit a land. I will put a burden counter on here and draw 3 cards.
yep,
Island.
must be nice.
Yeah, it's super duper nice. I have options. Surprise, surprise, right?
I can't believe this guy writes down options.
Yeah, I should probably do that and that. And then how much will that be? If I make 2 more artifacts, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, cool. That seems pretty good. Let's go with Ashnod's Harvester.
I'm gonna need to
It's
read
a
this
3/1 that exiles stuff from your graveyard when it attacks.
Right, yeah, this card's sweet.
Thank you. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And I also have the Humble Reckoner Bankbuster. This card's okay. Have you seen it before?
4/4 vehicle.
The
enters
standard
the
players
battlefield
love it.
With 3 charge counters.
Oh, they
2
did.
and tap and remove a charge counter to draw a card. Then if there are no charge counters on it, you start making a bunch of stuff. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it enters with 3 charge counters.
So it's like a utility tapper that can also just be a beatdown stick later in the game.
yeah, it's a 4/4 vehicle for 3 with crew, or for 2 with crew 3.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's got that happening, and then also you put 6 more mana into it, and you draw 3 cards and make a 1/1.
Sick.
And a treasure token, right? Yeah, and a treasure token when you take the last one off. Okay, so I think this taps for 6.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's
We'll
correct.
Reflect this here. And then I'll overload Cyclonic Rift.
Damn. See, Commander players, it's not just you.
It's okay, right? It's a decent line. And then I'll go to combat.
I thought I had a chance. I was sitting there thinking to myself, that's not too bad, is it?
I mean, I'm at 9. I'm going to take 3 from my ring. I'm going to
10, 11. I got a 5.
for 11 here.
Oh my
And
god.
make a construct at the end of the turn.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Interesting. Yeah, there's a chance I killed you that turn, which is interesting. Okay. Very interesting. So I just need to block 3 times. No, I'm just dead to the constructs. All right.
They have Menace. I don't know if you have a line. Yeah,
No,
I don't
no,
know.
no.
Okay,
I had
the Menace creatures are pretty
Yeah,
scary.
no. That was a Cyclonic Rift in Canadian Highlander in the year 2024.
I think if you have an Explorian Academy in your deck, it's a consideration. I don't think this card's unplayable. For 2 mana, you can return a permanent. It plays in the early game. We haven't seen it very often in lists lately, but I don't know. It was a mainstay of my blue X decks 10 years ago, and I never got tired of it. And I think, 7 mana is too much to build around, but
Sure.
if you're an Academy deck,
Are you playing the new 3 mana one? Because you got, how big do you go with your colorless here?
which card are we talking about?
From the Modern Horizon set, there's the Eldrazi 3 mana one that, if you play a 7 mana, you cast it from your graveyard for free or whatever.
Oh,
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah. Okay, so no, I'm not playing that card. I know which card you're talking about, and I also can't remember what it's called, but it has a trigger from your graveyard that does a Cyclonic Rift, and the front side is 3 mana, colorless
Bounce
instant,
things or
bounce
something like that?
something.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, that's fine.
Didn't cross my mind to play that or to play both.
Fine. Dude, this feels like such a classic Serge Nelly matchup too. Because
Oh yeah, we should be having breakfast.
I know. Yeah, we should be at a cafe
Yeah.
eating breakfast bagels, playing this, and you're like tinkering for a staff of Nin or something right now.
Staff of Nin crossed my mind because
Of course it did. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like the synthesizer might be the simulacrum synthesizer is the card that I kind of most was excited to try out
Sure.
in some kind of shell, and so I'm like, okay, we should make the robots be in sort of a beatdown plan, but maybe it's going to be better off in a deck that's like jamming just way more high mana spells because it's playing a bunch of mana rocks and it's like a Paradox Academy.
I don't know how much you've done it on stream, but Nelly's like an OG Academy player, Academy grinder.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
like big mana, big blue, big artifacts.
Well, I think I brought an Academy deck to an FNPF once, and it was like, well, your turn took 15 minutes, Nelly. It wasn't great TV.
Never bring it again.
We love you, but yeah, you're on the play.
I am on the play. I don't have a. I do have a 2-drop and a 3-drop and a 1-drop play. Or a 0-drop play. You know what? No, this is going to be sweet.
I'll keep 2.
Good luck to you.
Good luck, Serge.
I'm going to lead with a tapped Zagoth Triome and say go.
I respect this turn, and I will reply with a tapped Mist Vault Bridge.
This
say
guy.
go.
Untap. Draw. Interesting. That does change things ever so slightly.
Were you going to wasteland me, but now you can't?
No.
Okay. I mean, you still can, legally.
I'm going to crack the Polluted Delta for a Tundra, and then I'm going to cast a Samwise Ganji, which is the one that we had before.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pass to you.
And tap.
Come on, Tundra. There it is. And I'm going to actually tap my mana and not just cheat. I know.
But
I know.
cheating is fun.
All my homies love cheating. No, it's not true. Wrong.
Well, we all love winning. That's true. So... You ever just rip a Mox and then you have to figure out your whole turn again?
Sucks to suck, man.
I know. Yeah.
Damn.
Feel your pain. Yeah. You know what? I think, yeah.
You're welcome to cut, by the way.
Sure. Okay, just have to do different things now.
Writes down dead to Mox. Got it.
I will cast Mox Pearl. Like, that part's happening no matter what.
Okay.
And then I think I just want to go this and this and this now instead of that. Sure. I will cast Psychomancer from Warhammer
let's go.
40,000.
Yeah. This is the one
flying.
that
drains you. Artifact creature that's kind of like a Blood Artist for artifacts or creatures.
Yep. Love it.
And then I will play a land for the turn. It's Inventor's Fair.
Okay, not an artifact.
And I'll cast Surgical Skull Bomb.
That's an artifact.
Storm is 3. Go ahead.
So that's only when it leaves.
Yes.
So you currently have a 1/1 flyer with no other abilities,
Yeah.
and I have a 2/2.
Just wants to do Harbinger of Despair whenever this or another non-token artifact I control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, or is put into exile from the battlefield. Okay. It doesn't care about creatures, though. It's just non-token artifacts.
I'm going to pay 2 life to have an Overgrown Tomb enter play untapped. I'm going to pay 3 mana, and I'm going to cast the Goose Mother with X is equal to 1. So X green blue for 2/2 legendary Bird Wizard Hydra, or pardon me, Bird Hydra, no wizard. It enters play with X plus 1 counters on it.
Yes.
And then you get half of X rounded up food tokens.
Okay.
Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under my control, I make a food token.
Okay.
I'd like to attack you with a 2/2 Samwise Ganji.
Ouch, ouch.
Pass.
Okay. The Goose Mom. 3/3 flying.
Yes.
And then is there more words?
So whenever it attacks, I may sacrifice a food. If I do, draw a card.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
I drew this one.
Yep.
You've played all your lands this game. You know,
I know.
That makes my life so much harder.
Turn
Yeah.
3 mana.
Yeah, it's all happening.
I'm gonna read this if that's okay.
Oh, I'm gonna gain a life at the beginning of my upkeep if that's all right with you. I definitely missed that.
Oh, you already have 4 artifacts? Wow. Return target creature. Yeah, this is a bounce one. So
Yeah, so I can pay 3. So I'll catch this Inventor's Trigger late. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
And then, yeah, I can pay 3 and return a creature to its owner's hand. But like bouncing Samwise doesn't seem great. And bouncing Goose Mom only gets me ahead by playing a land.
does it say activate only as a sorcery? It does. So you can't even like hold it up. You kind of have to decide now.
I could do...
Gets you ahead a land and a life.
That's true. No, it might actually be the right play. I'll sacrifice this Windswept Heath.
Yep, 18.
Find a plains of some sort. Probably one that also adds blue mana, because I don't have a ton of that.
Looks at board. No, you're right. You only have the 1. Now you have the 2.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so I'll get that.
Turn 2, and you already had 4 artifacts for the Inventor's Fair. That is...
Yeah.
Yeah, untapping at the upkeep of turn 3. That's cool, man. I love this.
Yeah, I think letting you replay the Goose Mom is actually going to be my best line, because hopefully...
You want to get hit for 3 in the air and let me draw a card?
I just want to keep you off drawing the card for a minute while I develop my mana. Yeah, I'm going to cast Copy Artifact.
Oh,
So I can select any artifact in play. I wish to choose Mox Pearl.
Oh, cool.
So I have 2 Mox Pearls.
He's ramping.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll sacrifice the Skull Bomb to bounce your Goose Mother and draw a card.
And then I lose a life and you gain a life?
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes. And then I'll attack for 1.
15.
Go ahead.
All right. 15. Untap, 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 untap. Draw for the turn. It's a very good draw. It's not a land, though. It's a Mox Emerald.
Nice.
So I'm going to use the Mox Emerald to Forest Cycle a Generous End.
You got it.
Discard the card, search your library for a forest card. That means a non-basic forest card can work. I'm going to get a Tropical Island and put that into my hand. There's a Tropical Island. I'm going to pay 4 mana to cast a Knight of Sweet's Revenge.
Oh, nice. Okay.
When it enters the play, create a food token. Foods I control can tap to add green mana.
Very good.
And then for 7 mana, sacrifice it. Creatures you control get +X until end of turn, or X is the number of foods that I control. Activate only as a sorcery. So my food count is currently 3, but I now have access to 8 mana on my next turn, which is kind of cool.
Very cool.
I'm going to pay 2 food to cast a Sir Ginger, the Meal Ender.
Very good.
Legendary artifact Food Knight, 3/1. Whenever another artifact you control is put into a graveyard, I may scry one and put a +1/+1 counter on it. And I may also tap and sacrifice it to gain life equal to its power.
And a non-token creature.
A non-token creature entered the battlefield. Yeah, I was just thinking that. So I'm going to represent my foods in 2 different piles here.
Great.
I have 2 that are tapped, and I have 2 that are untapped. So it has haste if you control the Planeswalker, which you do not. So I'm just going to hit you for 2, and I'm going to pass.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, Venture's Fair, gain 1 life, draw.
My Goose Mother's going to be so big.
Yeah. Yeah, that does look to be the case.
Such a big goose.
Large goose. I'll play a Darksteel Citadel. And I'll cast a Fabrication Foundry. This is a mana rock with some additional text.
Add white only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. And in 3 mana, exile 1 or more artifacts you control. Total mana value X. Return an artifact card with X or less from the graveyard to the battlefield as a sorcery. Interesting. You got like a cool little synergy going on there.
Kind of, yeah. It says, you know, battlefield to exile, so that's cool. I'll make a mana and another mana, so 2 white. I'll cast Reckoner Bankbuster. 3 charge counters.
Yep. Crew is 3?
Crew is 3.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's correct. Sure, yeah, we played land, right? Yeah. I'll cast a Sculpting Steel.
Okay.
And I'll choose Sir Ginger the Meal Ender.
Okay.
And then I'll attack for 1.
Cool. I will go to 14. You also have a Sir Ginger. Very interesting. All right. Untap, untap, untap. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Draw for the turn. hit a land. This deck is so much fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I've played a Savannah.
Very good. Do you fight first or you do massive Hydroid Crisis first?
I'm thinking about that, right? Like, it's just so big. So you have a 3/1, and you can crew it and make it a 4/4, which is kind of cool.
Look at me holding down your Samwise.
I mean, I could do a little bit of both here. I have another thing I want to do as well.
Okay.
What do you do? I'm going to pay a white and a black, and I'm going to cast Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit. This is a 2-mana 1/3 legendary creature, Halfling Scout. It's also going to make me a mana. It's going to make me, pardon me, a food token when it comes into play because of Samwise Gamgee. It's partnered with Sam, Loyal Attendant, Mr. Frodo.
Okay.
Which I cut right to.
Very good.
Whenever Frodo attacks, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, the ring tempts you. Then if Frodo is your ring bearer and the ring has tempted you 2 or more times, you get to draw a card.
Nice.
Sam the Loyal Attendant is a 3-mana 2/4, partners with Frodo. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a food token. Activated abilities of food you control are 1 less to activate.
Okay.
Would you like to cut?
Sure.
Sam is in my hand.
Very good.
3 mana. I'm going to cast Sam Loyal Attendant.
Okay.
When Sam enters play, Samwise is going to trigger because it's not even once per turn. Then I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
Food token. I'm going to make another one. I have 7. No attacks.
Okay.
Second main. I'm going to pay 8 mana.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast a Goose with X is equal to 6.
So you draw 3 cards?
I don't draw anything.
Oh, okay,
I put 6+1/+1 counters onto it.
Right.
And then I make 3 more treasure tokens.
Foods, right?
3 more food tokens, pardon me.
Okay.
So, I mean, actually, I could tap Sir Ginger if I wanted for 1 more, but that's okay.
Whoa, okay. Neat. Right. Sir Ginger also makes mana because of
He's a food, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because it doesn't say food tokens, it says foods you control do that.
Okay. So you've made all your foods. So 3 of them should be untapped now.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
3
this
and
looks
7.
right.
That should be correct. So I do have access to 3 still. Thank you. That is relevant.
Ben, did this turn look right? I'm drowning.
It's a big turn. I think it's okay.
I've gotten lost in Serge's turn here.
Yeah, it was a cool turn.
Yes. Okay.
I have no cards in hand.
Okay.
Don't Cyclonic Rift me, bro.
Well, no promises. Okay.
Pass.
All right, I'll untap. But
Yep.
yeah, I think we caught all of your triggers that currently happen. What else? This can also overrun,
It
right?
overruns, yeah, for 7 mana.
Okay, or X number of foods you control. But it's going to check how many foods you control after it resolves. So at least you currently would have to sacrifice 1 or something. Oh, no, right. You just tap them for mana.
Yeah.
You just sacrifice this.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, never mind
So
what I
I've
said.
got a big attack.
Yeah,
next turn coming
we're
up.
Dobbs here. That's chill. Okay, 19.
Yeah, all my creatures will be getting +10/+10. 11, pardon me, because Sir Ginger is also a food.
You're good. Yeah, no worries. You're going to make another food before you do it, too.
You're
So
right.
you do
Well, no,
this
it says a
food, right?
sorcery.
Oh, it is as a sorcery. Okay.
Yeah, so
that's something. Well, neither of these super help. Although, maybe I have... Do I have, like, ways to stop you? I feel like I probably should. Should we draw a card, or should we just sacrifice Inventor's Sphere? Let's sacrifice Inventor's Sphere.
Sure.
These all add white mana, and so does this. This only targets creatures, right? Yeah, sure. So this can't be tapped for a land.
Can't do it for that one, though, yeah.
Fine, yeah, that's fine. This one. Okay. All right, I still have 2 lands.
All right.
Ish. I'll sacrifice Inventor's Sphere and search for an artifact card and see if there's a 1 or a 2 that gets me out here. I'm not certain that I have a thing I can get that will help. But let's take a look. Every now and then, Nelly puts Pithing Needles into his decks. Did you do that this time? I think we're more focused on attacking you.
Oh, man. Pithing Needle or Phyrexian Revoker?
Yeah, Phyrexian Revoker was definitely in the maybe
that
stack,
one's probably,
right?
yeah. I
Yeah.
could see it. I mean,
It's
Urza's Saga from Pithing Needle is pretty real, right?
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. Absolutely. Okay, I have none of those things, and I would like to concede. So we'll assume that United Sweet
Yeah,
Revenge
so
on
next
your
turn, I get to give my board
good.
+11/+11, and then a bunch of stuff like that. And the bird on its own would be attacking for 19.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Does it give trample too?
No,
right.
just big.
Okay,
Just big, no trample.
All right, we could have maybe played it out, and I block a bunch, but we're in some dire straits there.
Yeah.
Okay, Hobbitses.
The Hobbitses!
Turnabout is fair play, yeah.
So I didn't get a Cradle, but the Knight of Sweet's Revenge. How cool is that card?
4 mana for a Cradle. There's an Ixalan blue-red enchantment that, like, you know, it's 4 mana, but then it flips into being an Academy. And,
right.
And it's like, I wonder if that one's playable. You know, Knight of Sweet's Revenge.
there's
It's the second ability on Knight of Sweet's Revenge that was the real kicker to that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why you play it. It's for both.
Yeah.
So I'm also playing Jahira in this deck.
Whenever you draw your second spell.
No, Jahira is a Friend of the Forest. Is a 3-mana 2/3 from like the D&D set. Okay. Tokens you control, tap to add green mana.
Right, that
so
one.
There's a little bit of redundancy in the effects there that we're checking out.
I like that card. Good for you. Yeah. That's a cool include. I like that. Battle for Baldur's Gate just keeps on giving, man.
It's got some really cool, very like niche cards.
Yeah, I've been wanting to put Raga Draga into a Canadian Highlander deck for some time, and
they like saying Raga Draga.
They keep giving us good mana dorks. I just don't know if there's ever going to be a shell where it's like, yeah, it's correct to play Raga Draga here. But I like the card a lot.
All right, my friend.
Okay,
good luck. Game 3, you're on the play.
Yeah, I'll keep.
If I had to turn to Samwise 3 games in a row, how would you feel?
I'm okay with it.
I don't think this hand's good, though, is the only thing.
I would feel not bad about it.
No, I should find a hand with some acceleration.
Okay.
But yeah, my hand is Samwise, Pippin, Abrupt Decay, Goose Mother, and I'm like, are these the only cards in my deck? Like...
We love this format because the games are all so different one from another.
So different.
Yeah.
Right?
That's our favorite thing about Canadian Highlanders.
You really have to work on your deck construction to reduce variance. You know?
Yeah.
It's a good thing there's so much redundancy in Samwise.
Yeah. I mean, you could have a different Sam on turn 2, maybe. That could happen.
Turn 3. You're right, with a Mox draw or an Elf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for a little bit of a more explosive hand there, other than 2 lands, 3 2-drops, and a Goose Mother. I'm like, you know what? I also had a Seasoned Dungeoneer in hand, but you don't really look at the 4-drop there.
Sure. I mean, I like that your hand was like lands and you can cast a removal spell. Like, it's got that going on.
But again, I think part of the reason I lost game 1 was no 3rd land drop.
Right.
Or 3rd mana source is maybe a better way to think about it. See? This one's keepable. Whomst do I send homest? Yoomst. Good luck, friend.
And to you as well. I'll play an island and a Mox Jet and say go.
What a start. Oh, that changes things. Am I going to get Shadow of Doubted here?
Ooh, I have the mana for it.
I know. I was like, why did he play out the Mox? I'm curious if you're playing around hand attack or if you just got... I mean, you could remand me. That would be kind of annoying. Let's start with a Blood-Stained Mire, and I'm going to fetch it.
You got it.
All right. Then I'm going to cast a Goose. Remand the Goose?
Deduce.
What does deduce mean?
Just draws a card and makes me a clue.
Man, you made me so nervous.
Yeah, I just felt like I had free, mental damage to apply there.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
I don't look for anything. Oh, clue token.
Yeah, I got dog. Oh, you got one already? I was gonna be like, I got clues on clues. I'm getting a Bayou here, by the way.
Very good.
When it comes into play, I make a food, and I'll pass to you.
Untap.
I haven't even seen Oko.
Yeah, I mean, you played the Goose Mother, so
I've seen the Goose Mother.
Your blue splash has shown up.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
I'll play
Fair and beloved Magic the Gathering
Crick
Planeswalker.
here.
Oh, the Caracas. That card is so good against my deck.
And I'll cast Etched Champion.
Artifact count is annoyingly 3.
3. We have Metalcraft.
All right.
And then I'm back to you.
Would you like to cut my deck?
It'd be my pleasure. Ugh, not that one. It goes on the bottom.
That one goes on the bottom. Okay.
It's too heavy. Your foils have sunk to the bottom.
Basic Plains. Tap 2. Sylvan Caryatid.
Very good.
Pass.
Okay, let's find out what happens when I cast this Refurbished Familiar. So 2/1 Zombie Rat, affinity for artifacts, so just 1 black mana to cast. And when it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card.
Oh, that's so rude.
Thank you.
You can... Do I discard that one? Yeah, it's sad. I'm going to discard the Shire.
Okay. The land that
The
makes
land,
the food.
the Shire.
I'll play an Underground Sea. I'll attack for 2.
It has protection from all colors, so I'm going to go to 17. I haven't used the food for health yet, which might be relevant in this race.
That's right. Yeah. So I have a tough decision to make here. I have a copy artifact. I'm going to choose one of my creatures. I could have the 4 damage a turn beatdown plan, but I made you think long enough on the discard. So
yeah, if you're casting that, I'm going to respond and
great.
sacrifice a food token to Swords to Plowshare that while it's still a 2/1.
Incredible. Okay, very good move. I will gain 2 life.
So you're at 22. Yeah.
And yeah, I'll choose my Etch Champion.
All right.
Back to you.
Because I have to choose before you decide.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. 3 mana. I'm going to cast a Tireless Provisioner.
Okay.
I mean, you have the protection from everything Colorless Beatdown plan, which is kind of spooky. Then I'm going to play a Fetch Land to make a Treasure Token. It's funny. I was just like, yeah, and if I do this, then I can keep mana up to make a food.
Right.
Or I could just make a food.
Incredible.
Yeah, can't do anything. Pass.
Okay, untap. It's not exactly what we want to see. It's not terrible, though. Okay, I'll cast a Skull Clamp.
Interesting.
Sacrifice Clue Token. Draw a card. Play Island. Equip Skull Clamp to Etch Champion. Attack for 5.
I'm at 12.
Go ahead.
End Steppy. I'm going to crack this. Go to 12.
I mean, if I can get you to the point where you're sacrificing foods to gain life and not die, then I'm taxing your mana. So there's that.
What was the bottom card that was too heavy? A Tough Cookie. And it was a foil.
There you go. Yep.
Nelly's got those finger feeling foil or whatever. Foil. There's like the people who
foil
say
feeling fingers.
They can feel the weight difference or something.
Oh, I don't know. I think it just got stuck on the playmat. I was just trying to make a joke.
All right, and Dath the Triome is going to get me a food token.
Very good.
I'm at 11?
Nelly is not trying to stack Serge's deck.
Or is no. God,
For the
can you
record.
imagine?
Yeah.
Pardon me. So I can make...
I mean, maybe for April Fools we should drop North 100 cheat down. But maybe not. Or maybe tell everyone we're going to have a match with all cheats all the time, but then it's just show and tell mirror.
That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, like, Serge, is your deck just 5 cards? Like, no. I mean, that'd be a pretty fun sheet, right?
Just pick your opening and put 10 copies of each card in your deck.
Yeah. It's suddenly not a singleton deck. All right, untap, draw. This is a weird race that I don't like right now. I'm going to play a Tropical Island, which is going to make me a second food token. And then I'm going to attack you for 3.
19.
And then I'm going to pass.
Untap. Attack for 5.
I'm going to go to 6.
Bloodstained Mire.
Okay.
Sculpting Steel.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This rules.
I will choose that champion. Back to you.
All right. And Steppy, I'm going to sacrifice a food to go to 9.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pay 2 to tap the Gilded Goose to make another food.
Okay.
That one's untapped now, though, which means I can't even attack you back. Draw for the turn.
Yeah, it's a weird little race against these Scathe zombies with protection.
I'm going to play a forest to make a food token.
Okay.
Like, I can't even attack you.
Not this turn.
Oh! It's protection from all colors.
That's right.
Sick. I'm going to crop rotation
Okay.
of forest to get an Urza Saga.
Okay.
Because Urza Saga will make me card structures, which are going to be so thick.
There you go. Problem solved.
Well, not quite. I mean, I wanted to get Academy and tap for 1 million mana.
I'll
right?
sacrifice my Bloodstained Mire, if that's okay, just so we can shuffle at the same time.
Chivo unlocked.
That's right. I will get some sort of swamp.
All right, I have some sort of Urza's Saga on my side. And then I'm going to pass because there's no point attacking into an etched champion.
Fair.
A Gilded Goose could get in just for, sending a message.
Honk.
Yeah. What message is that, Jaeger? Yeah.
But that goose needs to make another artifact this turn.
I mean, I thought about it, but with no cards in hand, the lines that I can go for here are pretty odd.
I gotta say, I built my deck around Urza Saga tokens, and yours are looking to be larger than my creatures, and so I'm like very much struggling here. Yeah.
I do get another land entered play, so I have 4
you
food
haven't got that one?
tokens
Right. Okay, very good. Or you could make a treasure or a clue.
Oh, I
right?
can't make a clue. No, this
Okay.
one is only a treasure or food.
Okay, just treasure or
Tireless
food.
Tracker is only clues.
Got it.
Together, they form the full gambit.
I just see these cards that have more than one kind of token they make. and
Yeah.
it's just,
Oh, I know.
You know,
I wish.
these brand new cards from Modern Horizons 2. Yeah. Okay.
Go.
All right, untap. Cranial Plating?
Oh my god.
It's close.
Dude, that'd be so scary. What, do you get Nettle Sith?
It's honestly close. I ripped Wasteland, which is gigantic here. But I have to choose whether I just Wasteland you or cast this Cauldron Complete from my hand.
Oh!
And I think it's probably better to just get this thing out. I get a Phyrexian Germ,
Oh, Lord.
and I'll get to attack you a lot. So, like, this is the more fun play.
I mean, I think
Right?
I'm still in a world of harm here.
Yeah, I don't think you're dead.
First
but
strike,
it's bad.
trample, indestructible haste, and for 7 mana you can equip it to one of those. That's the big problem is afterwards.
Right.
Does that do you say lifelink too?
No, not
Okay,
lifelink on
okay.
this one, unlike Batterskull. Although
Okay.
it sort of looks like a Batterskull situation. So, not vigilance either, right? First strike, trample, indestructible haste. It does have trample.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12.
Yeah, so
I'm going to sack a food.
Okay.
Go to 12. I'm going to sack a food. Go to 15.
okay.
Then I'm going to take 12 and go to 3.
Sounds good.
And then end Steppy. I'm going to make another food.
Sounds good. Back to you. No cards. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do combat math this turn, aren't I? Maybe. Maybe Serge's got something else going on. Yeah.
Ocelot Pride.
Ooh, nice. I'm a fan of that card.
It's mine.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Ocelot Pride?
The card is good.
Yeah.
The lines are good.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a good.
if I had a land as well. So the tricky thing is, I only have access to. Well, I can do.
This can sack food to make mana.
Yeah, I know.
If you have to, yeah.
Well, what I need to do is I need to. 2 of them has to use an Urza Saga to make a construct.
And 2 of them has to eat food.
2 of them have to eat a
that's right.
food to gain life to activate the Ocelot Pride.
Yeah.
Then I don't actually have the ability to make another food off of all of those, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You just have 4 mana total, basically? Or you have 4.5 mana, right?
I have 5. I have access to 6 mana right now.
Oh, that's a treasure token.
That's a treasure token.
Okay, so...
But I if I want to make another food, which I'd love to get the value off the
it's
Ocelot
3.
Pride.
Right.
Yeah. And then I'm also, I mean, Oh. Is there any world in which this tireless provisioner is blocking? No. I'm going to attack you for 3 and put you down to 15.
You got it.
Then I'm going to pay 2 and activate Urza's Saga to make a Construct token.
Yeah.
Wrong stack of tokens. God, this deck has so many tokens. Then I'm going to pay 2 to sacrifice a food to gain 3 life. Puts me to 6. I have the city's blessing. I'm not even going to bother counting. I just have
You
the
have
city's
it.
blessing.
I mean, counting is important, but you're above 10.
Yeah. Then I'm going to go to my end step. Ocelot Pride says, at the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, create a 1/1 white cat token. Check. Then, if you have the city's blessing, which we do, create a copy of every token that's come into play under your control this turn, which is 1 additional cat and 1 additional construct.
Right, just not an additional food. That's what we were trying to figure out.
That's why, because I couldn't.
Because you're 1 short from doing that.
I'm 1 short from doing that.
But still, 1 mana, you just made, like, how big are these?
That's what I was going to find out.
Okay,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
They are both 5/5s.
Just a casual 1 mana 8/8.
Yeah.
But also across 4 bodies, which is great.
And now I'm going to pass.
All right. I'll untap. No upkeep trigger. That's pretty funny.
Cranial plating?
No, I wish. No, it's not cranial plating. We were hoping for cranial plating.
I wasn't hoping for cranial plating.
So you have 2 5/5s that can block these things, but
Yes.
the third one will get through. So you're kind of like at 4. So then the Cauldra needs to be blocked by everything else so that you don't die, and I just lose 2 Etched Champions, and then I get to draw 2 cards probably. Or you go to 3. Yeah, you could probably just go to 3 and block these 2. That is chill. I think that's just what I want to do? Question mark. What if I just attack with the Cauldra? Is that better?
I mean, I double block with the 2 big constructs.
Yeah, then you take 3 as well. But maybe you want to do that. It's
Do
got
I?
it's got Trample, First Strike, and Pseudo Death Touch. Oh no, it's deals combat damage. Okay, sorry. No, that's right.
Let me read
How
this
do we assign
Let me
this
read
damage?
this out loud. Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking the Death Touch works to like...
Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a creature, exile that creature.
Right, but that's a triggered ability. It's not
That
the same
happens
as Death
after.
Touch.
Yeah,
so I
you'd
have
have-
to
you'd have
still
to assign
assign
everything.
5 to
Yeah.
your creatures.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, it's not as bad for you as I was
Yeah, so
initially
I can
thinking.
just single block it because it
You
doesn't
can.
even have menace.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have menace. Okay, so that's not fantastic. Right, you can just single block it with anything, in fact. Well, it has Trample.
It does
got
have
5
trample,
power
so
and Trample.
I mean, I can do some math around like what I want to do with stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to put the Skull Clamp on it, and that way it's a 6 power Trampler. Or I could just move the whole thing, lose the Germ token, and then I could have an 8 power Trampler. Is that better? You still just double block it with those things. And then is there any point in these attacking? Kind of, because then you want to eat them, and then you have... Yeah, your block is sort of impossible if I do that, right? Like if I just spend all my mana... Thanks for pairing with me while we're doing combat math, everybody.
This is a fun turn.
Yeah, so it's like, say we move the Cauldra to the clamped up copy of Etched Champ. Then we...
Clamped up.
Yeah, then we have an 8 power that can't be blocked except by those.
Yep.
So then you kind of just... You could block with 1 and take some damage, or you could double block and take no damage, and then those would be gone. Or in the other scenario where I just flunge, you're going to lose one of them to this, probably because you don't want to take Trample. And then... Or no, 2 of them are going to eat these, and then some other things are going to block this. And nobody's going to block this. The turn's kind of bad for you, because...
For me?
You don't... Well, yeah, it's like if you have to block this with not the construct tokens, it's kind of awkward. I guess you could take 3, go to 3... and then put everyone except Ocelot Pride in front of this, and then you only take 1 more damage and go to 2. That's probably your play.
I also,
And then
have,
I
I also have a
lose
food token, so I have 3 more life in all of this math too.
Oh, yeah,
So like, there's a lot of stuff that I can just choose to not block.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's wasteland your Urza
Yeah,
Saga.
that's the big start there, because that's play your own Urza Saga.
That I drew. Yeah, exactly. And then, yeah, I think I'll
Not fair.
bid farewell to this germ token.
Yeah.
And then,
You still had 7 mana even after the wasteland. Brutal.
yeah. Am I supposed to suit up the clamped one or leave that one back to block? I guess I'll suit up the clamped one.
All right.
And then attack for 8.
Attack just for 8.
Only Voltroning.
Huh. I need to ask myself the very important question of, is it worth it for me to trade my 2 constructs for your 1 thing there? I don't think it is.
You can't, because it has first strike.
Right.
It's first strike and the triggered ability
Yeah.
that's like Death Touch. So you just chump block and take a bit of damage, or you double block and take no damage. But either way,
Or I just sacrifice a food token and go to 1.
or that. Yeah. No cards, 8 damage.
Magic the Gathering.
Right.
I have no cards.
Pretty cool game 3 we're having.
This is a very cool game 3.
Yeah.
My Urza Saga's gone, so I mean that wasn't going to get anything too exciting. No, that's not true. I was going to get Shadow Spear. That
Yeah.
would have been exciting, and that Shadow Spear on a construct. So here's my my dilemma, right?
Yeah.
My constructs synergize wonderfully with this deck, where if I draw a land or anything, I'm replacing these 2 things that are gone, which is kind of huge. So eventually it gets big enough that hopefully it can eat any of these. I think I'm supposed to go to 1, which is awkward because I'm actually going to be sacrificing 2 artifacts to make it happen.
Right. Yeah, you have to lose
I have
both
to-
your food and your treasure,
Yeah.
right? Go to 9 and then go down to 1.
I lose all 3. Hold on, is that even good?
Well,
So if I
you gotta
do,
lose something.
well, yes. So if I spend all 3 to go to 1, I don't even trade.
No.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna gain 3 life. Boop boop boop.
Back to you, friend.
And then no blocks. That hits me for 8.
Yeah.
Not 0.
Not 0. 1 is not 0.
All right. Untap. 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 I think that's the line that gets me the biggest chance to draw unout. I have to gain a life, though. So you get an out. Shoot, I think I might just be dead. Not necessarily. All right, so I have this land.
Perfect.
If it was a fetch land, it'd been really awkward. So land is going to get me a food token. So a food token is entered play.
You got it.
Then if I sacrifice a food token, I gain 3 life,
And also
which is going to get me
go
a
off.
cat and another food.
Yeah.
So those replace each other. I would have 4 cats, which again doesn't help me now.
Right.
And I still have the exact same problem as last time. But this food token replaces itself. These are 3/3s. 3, 4. It's literally the same thing as last turn, except they're not a 5/5 this time. Same, one more time, same as last time.
Sure. Yeah, I think you're.
I'm going to go to 4.
You can kind of keep grinding, but this turn I'm going to cost you your construct tokens, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so I just want to make sure I've done everything properly here. Wait, if I make the food token now, I actually get another one out of it.
Smart. That's all you're doing with your mana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you make a
So
food
if I make a
token.
food token now, and then I go to my end step,
You get a cat and 2 foods.
I get 2 cats. So 1 cat enters play this turn. So that I would have 3 cats, right? And then it sees 1 cat and 2 foods enter play. So it makes a copy of each token that entered. So there's a copy of the cat that entered.
Okay.
And then it's going to make 2 copies
Great.
of the food that entered. My effective life is 7. These are 5/5s.
No, sorry. It's token you control.
It is-
So the food that you sacrificed can't count. But so you'll get, if you have to sacrifice the first food to gain life, then you can still make a second food, and then you'll get
Then I'll get
1 more
and
food.
food. Okay,
so you'll
so I'll
have
have 2
2
food.
foods and 4 cats.
Okay. 2 foods and 4 cats. I couldn't attack anyways because he had the stupid protection blockers.
Yeah.
All right, I have 2 foods and 4 cats. That's really bad for me. These are 4/4s, so we do the same thing again. This time they both die. And then I get another turn, though.
Yeah, unless I rip cranial plating, right?
Pass.
On tap?
I mean, if you rip cranial plating, I think I'm dead either way.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Sorry, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. And then, I don't know, do I just spend mana on that? I could also...
Unbelievable that I'd be dead to 3 copies of Etched Champion. Rude, really.
Rude. Absolutely super dire. Yeah, let's do this way. I will make a windmill.
Yeah.
And then I will tap my windmill for improvise to cast Reverse Engineer, a sorcery that lets me draw 3 cards.
3, okay.
Artifacts and blue cards together. 1, 2, 3. None of you are a land. How rude. Then yeah, I'll attack for 8 again. So you're at 4 right now, and could go up to 7.
Chump block with 1? Because again, first strike means
Yeah.
they're both dead. That's so frustrating.
But I have to put however money, like you can chump block with 1, I have to put all the damage on, and then you can...
Sack a food token so I don't die.
Well, wait, the timing is a little awkward, right? Because it'll shrink that thing. So right now it's a 4, right? 4 artifacts?
Oh, interesting.
Darn,
so
yeah.
I have to double block.
Well, it's fine. You can still block with 1, sacrifice so that you go up to 7. It's just that you'll end up taking
5.
Or
If you have a 4/4, yeah. If I sacrifice 1, 5 trample damage come over. So I
It's
go
an
from
8,
7 down to 2.
right, but it's probably still the best. way
Yeah,
to
because
do
then I still have a construct, and there's a chance my deck pops off. Come on, deck.
Okay, so you...
All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to block with a 4/4.
Yeah.
Let's just double check that it is in fact a 4/4. Then, before damage, I'm going to pay 3 mana, and I'm going to sacrifice a food to go to 7. Right, that's what this dice was. I now have 3 artifacts.
Great. And now first strike damage, I have to put 3 damage on this.
Yep.
And I have 5 damage remaining.
I go to 2.
Great. And then it's back to you, friend.
All right.
I love that the Skull Clamp has just been like bone saw this game. Like,
Yeah.
That's what it did. It was a bone saw I had to pay a mana for.
I ripped a land again,
Okay.
but I think we're just dead here.
I mean, I'm at 15. I don't know if you can attack, but...
Well,
okay.
no.
Oh, right, you ripped a land. Okay, sorry.
I can't attack also.
I'm like
because
getting
you're-
ready to say like...
You're
it's
stupid.
depending on what you do. Yeah,
you're
Etched
stupid,
Champion.
Etched Champions.
Yeah.
So this time I can net an extra food. No, I'm just dead to the construct as well. I think I have dragged my feet as long as I can, but I don't see a way out of this because you're developing your board and you get 1 more piece.
Yeah, the reverse engineer showed me the Cyclonic Rift again, too.
Oh my god,
so I can
okay. I'm
probably
gonna call it
get
there.
it.
I think
Thank you.
I did as much as I could to try and dig myself out of that hole.
That was a cool match, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that we got to see the power of Ocelot Pride.
Oh my god.
Like,
well, yeah.
1 mana, like, make however many foods and extra constructs,
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely going wild there.
So maybe
I
discarding
definitely think this deck is a real thing, and I actually want to try it.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if maybe discarding the Shire was bad there, because then that's such a cheap source. But it enters play tapped unless I control a legendary creature, and you played Krakus early. Also, I never actually hit a legendary creature.
Yeah, you didn't have any
Which was
legendaries
interesting.
that game, which is weird. Every other game, the Hobbits showed up all the time.
They were
right?
there all the time. I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, oh man, that's going to be so good against my deck, and then it just kind of wasn't.
I was also expecting one of us to. I have some like value. I can flicker my own legendaries. A little
Sure.
bit
I mean,
with it.
Krakus is Krakus
Yeah.
for Krakus reasons.
Yeah.
I love this deck. Any thoughts, any particular lines or plays that stood out to you?
No, I'm looking forward to continuing to try these cards out. I also think that I should probably try. I didn't get to see the synthesizer, unfortunately, so like I might also try the like make robot tokens package in a Paradox Academy deck, where it's like more of a like mana rocks, gigantic mana, untapping your lands
Sure.
thing, but then maybe also try like I'm playing the Dig Site Engineer and the 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Akram. So I'd like to get to see those cards. Just looking forward to playing more games.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm missing the new Sorin in this deck.
Oh, okay.
Which I think would have been really cool too. Just planeswalkers that say make a food.
I also would like to be playing a new Tameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These new cards are hard to find.
Absolutely.
Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you so much for the game, friend. This was a blast.
Well played, Serge.
All right, everybody. That is going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Serge, joined by Anelli.
Thanks for watching.
Shout out to Ben on Tech.
Thanks for watching.
A reminder that everything we do is brought to you by you with your support of Patreon over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. If you have a good time, you got any questions, any spicy includes or meta things, hit us in the comments down below. We always appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.